We've already looked briefly at perfect competition. Major reason for looking at that type of market structure is it can act as a benchmark with which to compare other market structures. Particular one that I want to look at now is monopoly, the other extreme, if you like. Now, in this situation, the firm is the industry, the complete opposite of perfect competition. That means that the market demand curve is identical to that facing the firm. There's only one firm in this industry, the monopolist. Hence, the firm's demand curve is downward sloping from left to right, as is its marginal revenue curve. Now, to maximise profit, the monopolist will also set output at the point at which marginal cost equals marginal revenue. Hence, let's look at that situation. So here we've added on marginal cost and average cost. And we have, as you can see, a U-shaped average cost curve there. Now, the effect of our monopolist equating marginal cost and marginal revenue gives us profit maximising level of output equal to A. But in this situation, it can easily be the case that at this point, the monopolist is earning substantially more than normal profit, as we have here. So, average cost given by the point C, which includes normal profit, or revenue above that point, is effectively excess profit. Hence this excess profit given by the shaded area there. Now, given that we only have one firm in the industry, with no response from any other firms in the longer run to change this situation. With monopoly, it is quite possible for excess profits to be made in the longer run as well. Now note this hinges effectively on there being barriers to entry to this particular industry. Were there not, then it would be possible for other firms to enter and compete with our particular firm here. So the idea of monopoly hinges on there being barriers to entry. This allows excess profit to be made in both the short and the long run. Now, in terms of the social impact which this has, clearly excess profits are undesirable. They're over and above what are necessary to keep that particular producer in the market producing the good. But in addition, if we compare with perfect competition, where in the long run the firms only just covered average costs, so we compare situation where average cost equals average revenue, only normal profit, point G, with the profit maximising level of output for our monopolist point A, we can also see that quantity traded is also significantly lower. And from a social point of view again, this can be equally, if not more, damaging for the economy as a whole. So it implies that resources are being misallocated. Effectively, not enough of this particular good is being produced. Now, one way round this situation, if the monopolist does indeed face a U-shaped average cost curve, would be to try and eliminate these barriers to entry, which stop other firms from entering the industry. But consider a different cost framework for our monopolist. A second diagram here. Here we have a situation where this firm faces an L-shaped average cost curve given by LAC. Given that he's a monopolist and he wants to profit maximise, he equates marginal cost and marginal revenue, and that gives us our profit maximising level of output, QM. Similarly, looking at the point at which the firm would break even, make only normal profit, we have the position QR. So again, we have a situation where less of the good is being produced than socially desirable. However, we also have in this situation where costs, average costs, are substantially lower the more output that is produced. Hence, it makes sense for one particular firm to actually supply the whole market, because then the market is supplied at the lowest possible cost. So here, it's not really barriers to entry that are the problem. Is the fact that we have substantial economies of scale. The larger the output produced, the lower the average cost. Here, it makes more sense, therefore, for some sort of government regulation of the price involved. Hence, the individual firm, the monopolist, to continue production, but in some regulated framework which ensures that price is lower than the monopolist would actually charge if he was profit maximising.